Hi, welcome to another lesson of our quadratic equation course. The lesson we're going to do today is how to use quadratic formula. Our learning objectives. The learning objective is solve quadratic equations using quadratic formula. So let's start. This is a general equation of a quadratics. And the quadratic formula looks like this. If you compare the formula, it's quite a strange formula, and we'll see later where it comes from. In one, we will spend time to show where this formula comes from. But today, we're going only show how to use it. So we're going to use and apply only. If you compare the general formula of a quadratic equation with this, they got lots in common. For example, you got A's, you got A and A, you got B here, and you got C, and you got C there, and you got X. So they got lots of in common. Okay? So, let's take example. This is an example, x squared plus 4x minus 2 equals 0. So far, we have learned how to solve this by factorization. If you try to factorize this equation, you will not be able, because you are trying to get two numbers. When you times them, gives you minus 2, and when you add them, gives you 4. The only two numbers that gives you 2 and 2 and 1. And if you add them, they will never give you 4. So if you try to solve this equation by factorization, you will not be able to do this. You will be stuck. Now, this is where quadratic formula is going to help you. And this is where you are going to learn. Without quadratic formulas, with factorization. So let's start and see what we can do with it. Okay? Now, the first thing is, as you see, we got here A and B and C, and we got here A and B and C. A is always the number before X, so let's write down here what A is. So A is 1, because 1 is before X squared. Guess what B is? B is the number before X, and this time is 4. So B is 4, okay? And then C is minus 2. Once you got this, the rest is substitute those into those letters. So substitution. Where we got A, we're going to substitute with 1. Where we got B, wherever we got B, we're going to substitute with 4. And wherever we got C, we're going to substitute with minus 2. Okay? Let's start. So we start with X. We're going to use the formula now. The formula says minus B. Our B is 4, so minus 4. Plus of minus, we're going to write down the quadratic equation there. So 4, that's the B. We're going to square it. Minus 4 times A, which is 1. A is 1. Times C, which is minus 2. So we've done that. All of them divided by 2 times 1. So that's substitution and step. The second step is we need to use the order of operation. We need to use bit mass rule. So we need to start with indices. First, we need to do the square root and what is inside the mass rule is teaching us. So minus 4 plus of minus, okay, through the square root. 4 squared, that's 16. Minus 4 times 1 minus that's 8. And all of them, we need to divide by 2, because 2 times 1 is 2. 16 plus 4, that's 24. Okay, so X is minus 4 plus of minus 20. Okay, divided by 2. That's what we got. Now, sets, how we simplify these sets? Is there any square number which is a factor of this one? Let me see 24. 24 is 4 times 6. Yeah, 4 is in there. So if we write down this, simplify further, we're going to write down minus 4 plus of minus square root 4 times 6. And as you know, 4 can come out of the square root. The last step that we're going to do is to write down 4 plus 2 square root 6, because square root 4 is 2 divided by 2. Yes, plus or minus. Okay, so that's how far we can go. If you see here, we got plus or minus, which simply means if we plus it, we got a number. If we minus it, we got a number. Let's do this in here. Okay, so we're going to say two x's. The x1 is 4 plus 2 square root 6 divided by 2. Because we got 2 here and 4 there, we can simplify it, and we end up 2 plus square root 6 for the first one. We use the plus sign. Now let's use the minus sign, because it says plus and minus. We use the plus now. X2 is 4 minus 2 square root 6 divided by 2. And that, if you simplify, you get 2 minus square root 6. 2 answers. It's quite long, but actually this is grade and high B, low A, and question. And it's a 5 GCSE marks. Conceptually, it's not hard. You need to identify A, B, and C. You need to substitute. You need to use Pitman's rule to simplify it. And that's it. So that's only 3 skills that you need. Okay? Fine. Now it's your turn. I got here a question for you to try. You can stop the video and try it. 2 numbers, when you times them, gives you 12. When you add them, gives you 7. Okay? I think that is something that you can factorize. So let's factorize first. Okay? 2 numbers, when I times them, gives me 7. When I add them, gives me 12. That is x plus 4, x plus 3 equals 0. Okay? And the answer is x equals minus 4 and x equals minus 3. So if you can factorize straightforward, it's easy. It saves you lots of time. Now what you need to do is, this is how we factorize. What I want you to try, I want you to stop the video and try to quadratic formula and try to solve this by using quadratic formula. Yes, you're taking lots of steps, but try it. So you can stop the video now. Fine, I think you have tried. Let's do it together. So as we done in the example, A is 1 in this case, B is 7 in this case, and C is 12. Okay, let's start with the quadratic formula. X is minus B, that's minus 7, plus of minus, that's 7 squared, minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is 12. So that's done. All of them divided by 2 times 1. Now let's use Pitman's. Okay, so we keep minus 7. We start with the indices, the square root first, and what's inside the square root. That's 49. Okay, 4 minus 4 times 12, that's 48. Okay, answer minus, divided by 2. Finally, x is minus 7 plus of minus square root 1 divided by 2. That's what we got. Now we got plus of minus, so that will give us two answers. The x1 is, we add them, so we got minus 7. And square root 1 is just 1, so plus 1 divided by 2. That's minus 6 divided by 2, and that's minus 3. Do you see? We got the first answer. So this is giving you exactly the same thing. X2 is minus 7, minus 1 this time. We're going to use the minus sign. So minus 1 this time, divided by 2. That's minus 8 divided by 2, and that gives you minus 4. So we got the minus 4 back. So what you can actually get out of here is, if the equation can be factorized, the factorization method is the first method that you need to use. Easy, quicker. We show that the 2 methods, they give you exactly the same answer. So if these things cannot be factorized, then you can use the quadratic formula. Okay, this is the end of this lesson. You can complete the worksheet that goes with it, and you can use the answer sheet to mark your work. And thank you for watching, and see you in another lesson.